Hello. Hi. Can you hear me? Please, please let me know in the chat. Am I audible? Okay, so let's start today's session, which is on diet consistency. I'll share my screen. So the webinar will go like this. First, I'll just explain you all few things on diet consistency, and then we can go ahead with Q&A. And if you have any questions in between the webinar, just type in the chat. Is my screen visible? Yes, both my screen is visible. Okay, fine. So let's start the session. So, what do you think? What are the major challenges that you all feel that while sticking on to any one diet? What do you think? So we'll discuss on this while we do Q&A session. But if you can just write it in the chat box, according to you, what are the major challenges to stick to any diet for long term, from long term perspective? Uh, can you just write few things, whatever you feel according to you are the major challenges? Sweet cravings. Okay, Purva is saying sweet cravings. So is there anything else, Dinda, Siley, that you think that because of which you cannot follow any particular diet or your routine, your daily routine, and you can stick to one routine for long term? What are the major challenges? Okay, junk food, the food variety is less. Okay. Okay. So I'll just move to the next slide. So yeah, you're very much right. So the food is boring, your hunger, you don't feel satiated. That yeah, the amount of food while on being on diet you feel is not enough. The variety, when you're not on diet, you get to eat variety of but no, everything becomes restrictive. Like few people think only eating boiled food is the only option for dieting. Then social commitment. So now it's Diwali going on, so that is the biggest event in India, festival in India, and you feel that, I mean, during Diwali nobody can lose weight, it's only eating sweets. Then your busy schedule, the quantity of food, so everything. So all these are the major factors which mostly everyone feels that are the hindrances that you get during any of your diet, or maybe you have planned something. Now a lot of people will have New Year resolutions, but as the months pass by, all these things come in between. If you guys agree to this, just say yes in the chat box. And if you have anything more to add to this, please do it. Yeah. Okay. So let's just understand what we can do, and how we can tackle this. And basically, whenever we want to plan a diet, how exactly how it should be done, rather than just thinking about like 1 month, 2 months for short term. What should be your long term strategy in doing your diet or planning your diet? That is important. Don't think diet and weight loss and all these things only as like 1 month, 2 month affair. It is your lifestyle. It should become your lifestyle, and it should be for lifetime. I'm not saying that you always have to eat quantified, you cannot indulge into sweets. Yeah, sometimes you can definitely do that. So let's just understand the basics of what we can do. So according to me, there is no one diet. No diet is right or wrong. Only thing which matters is to be in calorie deficit. If you want to lose weight, and if you want to gain weight, be in surplus. You need to eat more calories than what you are expending if you want to gain weight, and you have to be in calorie deficit, eat less than what is your energy expenditure. It doesn't mean that it is only calories, calories, calories. Your nutrition doesn't matter. All the micro and macronutrients, carbs, fats, proteins, everything is important. And our body needs all the micro as well as macronutrients to function normally. So whenever you're designing a diet, it should always depend on your preferences. A lot of people think only keto diet is the diet which will give weight loss. How many people, I mean, out of you all, who thinks keto diet is the only diet which will give you results? I know in this group there is a person who will agree with me. Who is that person? And who thinks keto is the only option to go for it? Just write in the chat. Ah, yes, Purva, it's you. I know that. According to you, keto diet is the only diet. I know you have got results, but I just want you to understand from the consistency and from the long term per se, how much you can sustain, because this has happened with me as well. Doing keto is really, it helps with the initial phase, but are you saying that you're going to continue with keto for your lifelong or for your lifetime, that you will not eat carbs? Is that a healthy thing to do? At least I will not agree with this point. Yeah, absolutely. See, you're tired of this. So now what I want you to learn from this webinar is to how to plan your diet in a consistent manner. Hmm? So always whenever you're planning your diet for weight gain, for weight loss, for any other health issues like PCOS or anything, you should always think about the preferences and what is feasible for you in the long term. No, and no, there are no ready-made plans for diet in the market. You must be seeing that a lot of people are selling some ready-made plans, but no, your plan needs to be customized according to your preference. And for that, you need to understand what are the basics of any diet or any nutrition plan. Okay, let's go ahead. And you need to always have some realistic goals. You cannot have goals like I want to lose 10 kg, 15 kg, 20 kg, or I want to gain, I want to directly, if I'm like malnourished, I want to directly gain 10 kgs. No, it won't happen. Your body will not, your body cannot take such big no shocks, in like in few months or few days. You always need to plan realistic, have realistic goals. So, and setting short term goals will never give you long term results. You will always bounce back with your weight, or your, if you're like trying the other way around, some or other health issues will come in. So always go for long term sustainable diet plan and set up realistic goals. No, it is not a fad like 1 or 2 month thing only for a wedding function or something. No, you can't do that. It has to become your lifestyle. And see, there is no wrong or right diet. I'm not saying keto is wrong, low carb is wrong, or high carb or low fat, paleo. There are so many. Nothing is wrong. Intermittent fasting, that is the latest craze which is in the market. Intermittent fasting, which is a dieting strategy. Nothing is wrong in it. But you see, according to what your schedule, what you can do for the long term, and you need not stick only to one thing. Try now. If you have tried keto, like Purva said, she's been doing keto for a long time. Now slowly try to add carbs and increase your training, and see how your body is responding. Don't get scared by carbs. Carbs are very essential nutrients. No, in the later stage, a later slide, I will tell you, Purva, that this is a biggest myth that people say carbs are bad. No, like since generations we are having carbohydrates. It is just a fad that, and it is the biggest myth. I have lost so much of weight with by going low carb, but not deleting carbs from my diet. Basically, carbs are like so yummy and tasty, we don't realize the portion and quantity. And that's the reason carbs have been the culprit. They are blamed, but it is just the portion size of how much carbs you are eating. Definitely, you can just go away with the processed carbs. Like nowadays, breads, all the processed carbs and sweets, especially, those are definitely bad. Whatever is processed and not natural is really bad for your health, no doubt in that. So I just want you to, just listen to this, just grasp this, what I'm trying to say. These are very basic steps which anyone before planning any diet should take care of it and should follow. So whatever is your target or goal maybe, first thing is go check your current state. What is your current weight, your current height, and basis that, set realistic goals. Then go and see what is your daily routine. How much food are you consuming now? How much, what is your, if you are like not measuring the food now, try to analyze the calories which you are intaking in one day or in one week. Understand your current BMR. So what is BMR? BMR is your basal metabolic rate. Basically, BMR is the number of calories which your body requires, even if you're not even moving a inch from your sofa or your bed. This BMR, the number of amount of calories which your body needs to function, like your heart, your kidney, your brain, your those organs, all your organs need certain amount of calories, and which are the highest amount of calories which goes into basic basal metabolic rate. So try to understand what is your basal metabolic rate, and you will not get like 100% correct number. There are a lot of apps in the market, there are a lot of websites in the market wherein if you put your daily activity, your height, weight, and your stats, your body stats, you will get these numbers. They are definitely not 100% right, but they at least give you some direction to start somewhere. And next is your TDE. TDE is your total daily energy expenditure. So there is a scale. On a scale, one side is your BMR, on the other side is your total daily energy expenditure. If you want to lose weight, you need to be somewhere in middle. If you want to increase your weight, you need to consume more calories than your total daily energy expenditure. Only then you will gain weight. And if you want to lose weight, be below your TDEE. And never ever go below your BMR. That is fatal. Your body, that is not healthy. There are a lot of people who survive on 1000 calories, 900 calories. No, it's really fatal. You shouldn't do that. In the long run, you are harming your body. So try to understand these two terms, which are very easy to understand. In later stages, I'll explain you more on this part, and in Q&A we can have more questions on this. Then no, then analyze your current calorie consumption by understanding your daily routine. In breakfast, what you're eating, in dinner, what you're eating, in lunch, what you're having. There are so many apps available nowadays. You can just enter it and try to understand your approximate calorie consumption on daily basis, and then go and set your deficit to lose weight or to increase weight. So say currently, for example, if you are consuming around 2000 calories, and if person wants or you want to lose weight, don't go in a larger calorie deficit. Just reduce your calorie consumption by say 300 to 400 calories on daily basis. You will definitely, and be consistent on it, you will definitely reduce weight. If you want to increase weight, then if say 2000 is your total daily energy expenditure, eat 2200, 2300 calories, you will definitely gain weight. And measure this and track your performance weekly. So this was basically simple, in simple steps, what you need to do to start with your diet plan. Now, so I just wanted to show you here that what approach anyone should take while following any diet, and what are the myths. So whenever you are setting up goals, always go for long term goals, and your long term goals cannot be like I want to lose 10 kgs, 20 kgs, 15 kgs in 1 month. No, always go for reduction in your fat percentage, because that is the main factor, or go for muscle gain. That is main important thing. Your weight will always be fluctuating. Main is to improve your muscle mass and reduce your fat percentage. Then understand your history. What is your current diet, what are you doing, how much is your physical activity, how much workout you're doing, how much how much are you active in a day. Maybe you're not going to gym or doing any special workout, but how much are you on how much do you walk, how much household work do you do. So analyze all those things before starting any of your diet and approach. No, follow any diet, but it should be flexible. It should, no, you should be thinking from a point that you will be able to continue with that particular dieting strategy for long term. If you are comfortable with intermittent fasting, if you're comfortable having only two meals a day, that's fine. But in those two meals, you will have to eat whatever is your daily calorie consumption required. But if you are kind of a person who cannot eat more food in one go, then you need to break your meals and have little food, like in certain duration of the day, so that you are completing your calories, whatever is required for your body. But yeah, whatever is your approach, it should be, no, you should be convinced with it, and it should be convenient for your lifestyle. And then myths. There are so many myths around all the diets, that keto is the best, eating rice in night leads to weight gain, carbohydrates are bad. No, it is nothing like that. You can eat anything and everything. The only thing is, it needs to be, you need to watch your portion size, and also see the nutrition value of the food. If you say I will be in calorie deficit but I'll eat ice cream every day, no, it's not, because at the end it's a processed carbohydrate, it's a processed sugar, so which is not giving any good nutrition to your body. So understand this basics, and then plan your diet for long term diet. And your stability is only thing which will give you long term result. Yeah. Okay, so I'll open the Q&A session. Just you can type in the chat box whatever your questions are. I'll try to answer them. Anyone who wants to ask something? Purva, it is not that. how much calories should come from carbs. So like in keto, what we do, like 5% come from carbs, 30% comes from protein, and your 40% comes from your fat. So that is like all tentative, tentative measures which the scientific or the people who have started doing keto have come up with. So there is no one ratio. Yeah, if you're comfortable with 30% carbs, 30% protein, and 40% fat, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, you cannot go below 25% of fat because your brain needs fats. People do really, people really sometimes don't eat fat at all by just being scared that fat is not good. No, your brain will stop working if you don't consume that basic requirement of fat. So here there is no one rule that you need this much amount of carb or this much amount of protein. Definitely protein you need to consider like at least 30%, or I can say you can go like if you're not into weight training, at least try to have like 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kg of your body weight, at least to start with. But all this will depend on how much are you eating currently. Say if you're eating now not even like 100, not even like 20-30 grams of protein daily in your daily meal, and now you start eating directly 100 and 110 150 grams of protein, your body will not be able to digest. So all will depend on what you are having currently, and then try to slowly build on it step by step. So what you can do is to like for everyone to for it to be easy and to understand, consider 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kg of your body, and after that increase or decrease your carbs and fats. So I'll just tell you, like, so protein is the building block of your body, and fats and carbohydrates are used as fuel for your body. So you can use your fuel for your body either from carbs or from fats, but protein is something you cannot go away with. You need your body, your muscles wear and tear, your cells, the cells to function properly. You need protein. So keep protein constant, and then you can increase or decrease your carbs or fats according to your diet plan. That approach you can carry, Purva. Is there anyone who wants to ask? Okay, so if I indulge in sweets or anything every once in a while, how does that affect my body and how often should? See, Purva, you can once in a while, definitely you can indulge in sweets, but what is your once in a while, and are you stopping there is important. Say now in Diwali, even I had like sweets because I had given myself 2 days that I'm going to have sweets, and that's not a crime. But yeah, if I'm going to make those 2 days to 10 days of eating sweets, yeah, it will definitely hamper your body and your whatever your results were till now, or whatever weight loss you had done. You will just go back to square one. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else is going to change in your body. You can definitely have one or two sweets, or else what you can do is make your own sweets at home, quantify your sugar or whatever sweetener if you're using, measure it and add it to your diet plan. There is no harm in eating. Like sometimes what I add to my diet plan is like a small magna, which is around 160 calories, maybe once in 2 weeks or once in a month. There is no harm in doing that. If I'm going to fit it in my plan of 1500 calories per day, I can definitely do it. Does time of day matter when it comes to eating? No, Dinda. Actually, no. There are a lot of like myths around this that at night late you shouldn't eat, or what you need to do is what are you comfortable in eating. Definitely, see, there is no what do you say? There is no direct impact on your weight or your body. But yeah, if you're going to eat late in the night and you're going to immediately sleep, then digestion might go for a toss. So that's the only thing. Apart from that, nothing. You just need to complete your daily macros. That yeah, I want to eat like 1200 or 1300 calories in a day. And I am comfortable eating in the morning, afternoon, lunch, or I'm just comfortable eating in afternoon on in the dinner. Anything is fine. Yes, Purva, fruits are good, but again, you need to look at the quantity and always see that whether are they fitting in your plan or not. People just on the name of fruit, they just go on eating. There are a lot of gurus in the market who just say it's a seasonal fruit, it's giving you a lot of nutrition, you should have mangoes, you should have this, you should have that. No, it's about the quantity. Once in a while, if you're having like 100 gram, 200 gram of mango, it is absolutely fine. And there is a school of thought wherein people say fruits are not good. No, it's all sugar. No, fruits will give you lot of fiber. It will give you it will give you vitamins and minerals. But yeah, there has to be some quantified approach to having fruits. There is no food is good or bad is what I want to tell. You can have anything and everything, but what you need to keep in mind is your quantity. Okay, is there anything else? We'll definitely have one more session. Thank you, Dinda. Thank you, welcome. We'll catch up soon. And yeah, yeah, you all can join the WhatsApp group. I'll just share the link. Just give me a moment. I'll share the WhatsApp link here. Oh, I guess you all have the WhatsApp link, right? Yeah. This is the link. This is the link which you can join. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining.